Hey guys. So let me make sure everything's working. And how's everybody? Where are you guys listening from today? Hang on. Wrong YouTube channel. Who's here today? To today I'm going to work with some more cardboard. And last time I did, let's see. Last time I did this box. I started actually working with this box here, and I finished this, and now I can show you the inside and what I did. But if you didn't catch that video, it was last week's craft stream. I'm not sure what that date was. Let me see. Uh-oh, why is this happening? Oh, February 28th. So go back and watch that if you want to know how I did this. But I prepped the whole box, and basically I built this whole box from scratch. All right, just from cardboard and glue and stuff. And then by the time that I was done with the craft stream, I had just a box that was built all ready to be decked out with some fabric and stuff like that. And so this is the finished product. And I didn't do it on film today, but I am going to do a smaller box similar to it. And I'll show you just how I did it. But first, before I go on, if you guys want me to, if you want to see your names on the silver screen when you talk to me, give StreamYard permission to actually do that. And you're giving permission to show your name and your picture. And if you don't want that, that's fine too. It'll just show up as, I don't know, YouTube user or something. I don't know. But anyways, do me a favor, and I'm looking at this new streaming software. So do me a favor and say hi, because I want to make sure that I'm seeing the comments that are coming up. And while that's happening, I will show you. Okay, so this is the box that I made, and I covered this with regular fabric. Hi, A. Chapman. Thank you so much. So this is the inside of it, and basically this is a sewing box. And so I was able to line it with fabric and do a thing you can stick your needles and your pins in. Hi, Cindy. Great. So this is working. All right. So anyway, hi, Suzanne. So basically this is what that came out like. And so I'm going to go ahead and take this teeny little box that I got with my new webcam, and I'm going to actually do the same thing with it. I'll probably just do one divider down the middle though. But I'm going to show you how to do that right now. And so this is part of my endeavor to learn how to create things like something you can give as a gift. And they wouldn't even know it was cardboard or something you were going to throw away or something they'd throw away. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Oh, let me just show you another thing that I'm working on, just so you know a couple things that I'm working on. So this is actually a hexagon. Hexagon? yeah, hexagon container that I built out of cardboard and glue and covered with fabric. And it looks pretty cool. I got the lid painted, and now I just need to figure out how I want to cover it. But the lid doesn't fit as well as I would like it to, but it's good enough, honestly. It does take, I don't think I'd give this as a gift because it takes a little bit of effort to get the lid on. But at any rate, it'll be really super cute when it's done. And I'm not sure if I want to just cover it with the same fabric or what I want to do, but this is something that I built just out of Amazon boxes. So I'm just showing you guys what is possible. This is a box that I started. It's very similar to this one. And you'll see how I broke it down to fix it up. But this is the first time I've done this, so it looks a little rough. But I did some weaving of just some of that same stuff that I used, that jute twine that I used, left over from the Easter baskets from a few weeks ago. And I just wove it all the way around. Look, at the end, it got kind of messed up. And then I put I covered the bottom piece just with some burlap, and I am at the point where I'm trying to decide if I want to do more jute on the back and the top, or how I want to do that. But I couldn't wait to do the inside, and this is a padded, inside of the box, and the sides are all covered with fabric. I ran out, so I used the same fabric, but this is some fabric I got from Temu. So, and this is just some recovered fabric that I got from, I don't know, a shirt from, the thrift store or something like that. So anyway, there's that. So let's go ahead and get started with this. And so basically, when we buy things, especially like electronics and stuff, we get little boxes like this. And I hate to throw these away because they're really pretty tough little boxes, So I want to get a little bit more light in one side here. Let's see if this helps at all. It's kind of overcast. Oh, it looks like it's raining today. So let's see. I wonder if this light would. Nope, it's going to be temperamental. Come on. Oh, there we go. I guess I had turned it off, but I want to get more light coming from the top. It's just that this light loves to fall off of my computer or of my monitor, but I think that'll be a little bit better. So, of course, we got a reflection now, but anyway, I'm just going to have to stop being weird about everything. So, the first thing I want to do is I want to just get a tool to open this up. Try to pull the sides. We just need to do some gentle prying. Usually they have these kinds of boxes have like a little notch, but in a hole down here. Hi, Anita. Good to see you. But this one does not. So I'm going to have to just, kind of, oops. How about if I don't poke my finger with a blade? All right. So for those of you that were here last week and were watching me do the box that I was doing, I will show it again in a few minutes, but I showed it at the beginning of this video and I finished it. And it's super cute. Actually, I'll just show it right now just so that you can see it. So this is the box, and I ended up making a sewing box out of it, something we could gift to a seamstress. And I put some batting, you know, like a few layers of batting here, and covered it with fabric so that you could stick your pins in it, and then all these little cubbies. And all of this is just cardboard covered with fabric. And so I'm going to go ahead and do another that is very, very similar to this, but much smaller. Teach you guys how to use those electronic boxes that we get. You know, I just got a new webcam. So I do a lot of videos, so I like my webcam to not do weird things. But anyway. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I am going to cut this end off right here. I'm going to use my ruler. So I can get a nice straight cut. And we are going to set this aside. I know, I love how it came out, Anita. And the fabrics were, the cherry fabric was a reclaimed fabric. I often will get really cute like dresses and stuff, like little girls' dresses, if I like the fabric. You know, if it's like retro looking or something. I love doing that because it's just so, it's such a good source of adorable fabric. So I made really good friends with these two. I made really good friends with my glue gun this weekend. And I never really thought I was much of a glue gun girl, but man, I'm telling you, for this kind of craft, glue gun is fabulous. So I'm just going to cut all these little flaps off, and I'm going to keep them for a moment because I'm going to use them for something else. So now I've got this. So the next thing I want to do is just put some hot glue, and I'm just going to start gluing it back together. Sure, I don't need to do that, but I'm going to do it anyway, just for good measure. And I love these little clips. I get them from Dollar Tree. They're $1 for about, I don't know, 7 or 8 of them. And I find that they're super, super handy. I keep them clipped like somewhere on a little shelfy thing on my desk, and they're always there. And I can just pop them onto whatever the project is that I'm doing. So now we've got the box, and it's just pretty simple, but it's good bones. This kind of cardboard is actually, it's pretty strong, but it's probably because these are just little pieces, but it looks also like the corrugation is a little bit closer together. I'm not sure if you could see that or not, but anyway, I don't quite know what I'm going to cover this with just yet. Let me see if I can. I don't think I have enough of this. So covering this is a little bit tricky. And the reason why it's tricky is because you kind of have to go around corners a little bit. And so I'll show you exactly how I did that. I'm just going to find some fabric really quick. I'm sorry. I stepped away for a minute, but I'm not sure if you guys can still hear me. If you can still hear me, would you let me know? Let's see. All right. Hi, Noe. Hi, Sandra. Hi, Darla. The whole gang's here. So I think what I'll do, so I just wanted to show you, this is that reclaimed fabric that I got. It was actually a little girl's dress. You can see right here how cute this is. Okay, good. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. So this is like super cute. I don't know if I'll ever use it, but I kept this intact just in case, because I kind of like the way the buttons and everything looks. Hi, Andrea. And here's some more reclaimed fabric that I have made, and it might be a good possibility that I might just make this for Ezra or something. Maybe not. I don't know. I think I'll just cover it with this though, because I have enough of it left, and I think that the fabric will be light enough that you'll be able to see what I'm doing. So ooh, we got a full house here. Full house. Everybody sit down, grab a drink, get comfortable, and let's do this. So just for you guys that arrived a little bit late, I showed you, some of you guys have already seen this this box. This is the box I was making last week, and I ended up covering it. I ended up putting, doing the inside and everything. This box can be used for anything. It doesn't have to be a sewing box. You could, it could be a jewelry box, and maybe you could put like a little bit of that. You guys know what that plastic canvas is, and then you could stick your earrings in there. I don't know. There's a lot of things that you could do. I'd love to see what you guys do with a project like this. But right now, what we're going to do is, I just got a new webcam for my talking head videos. And this is the box that it came in. So I decided, since it's such a similar box, that I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing with that I did with the other box with this one, so you guys can see the whole process. So we're going to go ahead and get to what I've done so far. Is I actually cut off this part and these parts on the side, and then I cut off, some of the pieces that went over here, and I'm going to set those aside, and I will use those for something else. I like that color combination too, Darla. I tend to work with those colors quite a bit. Thanks, Sandra. I love it too. I love it too. So let's see. So the first thing that I know I want to do is cut this down, and let's see, how did I do this one? Yeah, it was all one piece. So I'm going to leave this long and just start it this way. And I'll just plan to use this whole thing. But let me make sure that I've got what I need. Yeah, this will be fine. I'm going to cut off this hem here. Some of these hems on the sides. Be thinking about what I could maybe use this for. This is like a double-sided, it's a hem, so it's got two sides, and it's really cool. It's so funny how different I look at things now, I remember I used to look at little boxes like this, and wonder like, you know, and think like, I really don't want to, you know, throw that box away, but I don't really know what to do with it. And now I know. Now you're going to know. Guys, this is my new favorite sparkling water. I don't want to spill it on the fabric, but it's called Waterloo. It's so good. I don't drink soda anymore. And so yeah. If I drink soda, I turn into like some kind of a weird, you know, soda monster. So I don't want to do that anymore. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I wanted to find where I needed to position this box so that I would have enough fabric to cover the whole side and just a little bit of the bottom. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can draw on this right here, because I need to know where to put it back down after I put the glue on it, and I think that'll work. I need much more space here. So you can do it this way. Actually, you know what? I think I will do it a different way. Hold on. Yeah, I remember. So here's the thing. I'm finding that there are specific kinds of glue that are better and worse for projects, which, you know, it totally makes sense. If you're a crafter, you know that already. So I find that the hot glue is best for the hot glue is best when you are gluing the box together for structural integrity. And the white PVA glue works just fine for when we're gluing fabric on. And so we want to cover this evenly. Not too much glops of glue or anything like that. And we'll just set it right where my little guide marks were. So you can turn it over and do this, or you can use one of these cute little Dollar Tree thingies, you know, but you know, this looks pretty good. So I don't really need to do anything more. I'm like that person that's like, if some is good, more is better. And that's not necessarily true. So I try not to mess with my projects too much. You know, if I made it look good already, you know, leave it alone. I don't need to do anything else. It's going to be okay. Do I have any more is better people in here? Don't lie. Don't lie and not answer. Okay, so now I've got my front on. And so this is the part that has a little, there's my girl, Andrea. This is the part that gets a little, yeah, I know. I'm always fighting the more is better. This is the part where you have to actually, there's no real way for me to show you how to do this as far as like, you know, measurements and stuff. It's really just playing around with the fabric and everything. So what I did was, instead of cutting straight, I cut at an angle. Okay. And the reason for that is because I wanted to be able to fold this in and have it cover the sides a little bit, just so that I didn't have like a bare corner here and here. And so I'm going to go ahead and this lid is killing me right here. I'm going to go ahead and start covering this with paint. I mean, not paint, glue. And this project, I'm guessing aside from the cost of the glue sticks and the PVA glue and what I spent on the fabric, you know, I mean, the fabric was a little bit more expensive, but you can do this project with any fabric. You could probably get away with doing this project for free. So if that is something that is attractive to you, keep watching. And yeah. So my next thing that I want to do is try to figure out, how am I going to do this? How am I going to put this on without having this whole bunch of fabric here? Because if I were to just leave it on, it would have so much bulk. And I want to cut down on the bulk. So this is probably the hardest part of this project. So I know, okay. So what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to cut this flap off. All right. This is awkward. And I try not to get too close to this because I don't want any of the cardboard showing. So now I'm going to play around with it a little more and see what else I've got going on here. And so I've got this flap and I kind of don't want that. But let's see. Aha. So this is what I can do with it, is I can fold this over a little like that and fold it upward. And just by playing around with it a little bit, I can get a nice corner. See, I don't know if you can see that very well. All right, I'll have to play with it a little more, but I get a nice corner here like that. It might have been better had I done these first and made the corner like this, this part that meets here show here instead. But you know, that's a good lesson. I wonder if I still might be able. No, I don't think I can. No, I can't. So what I'm going to do is, yeah, Darla, I know I save a lot of cardboard and a lot of like little boxes and stuff. And I'm like, one of these days, I'm going to find something really awesome to do with it. And this is a really awesome project. And you know what the cool thing is about this is that most of the box is already built. I don't know if you remember from last time that I actually built the box, but this one was had already that, you know, part of it done. Okay, so now I'm going to stick this part down. And then I am going to, oh, hospital corner. Thank you. I'm doing a hospital corner. You guys didn't know I could do a hospital corner, did you? Andrea, she's like this wellspring of interesting information and good ideas. Okay, so now I got that. And so there is kind of a little thing there. And so maybe that's better that it's on the side than having two of them on the front here, you know? So if you want that to stick down a little bit more, you could just put a little teeny bit of glue in there, hold it down a bit, or bad influence. You, no way. No way. And so, you know, that looks quite nice, actually. So now that I've got that part, I can figure out what I can get rid of here. So I definitely know I don't need this much fabric. So I can cut this, and I don't want to cut too much because I want to have as much fabric as I need to deal with all this over here. So I'm just kind of working around the project. So now I've got my little corners, and I can go ahead and glue that down like that. And so I'm sorry that this project is a little bit more, it takes a little bit of doing, but when you're working around these kind of corners and stuff, you got to get a little bit innovative, but you guys are smart. And so I know that you guys will figure out a way to do that works really well for you. All right, so there we go. And so I think I'll just do this side first and do my other hospital corner. I was going to try to say that in Spanish, but guess what? I don't know what the words are for that. So better if I do not. Okay. So, just kind of playing around with it, getting the fold just right. You do another corner like that. And let's see how this lays over here. And really what I want to do is just lay it down generally how it's going to go, and then get the glue into here pretty quick. And I can already see that this is going to be too much fabric. So let me think for a minute. Oh yeah, I cut the flap off last time, didn't I? Is that what I did? I hope that's what I did. And let's do our little corner thingy again. And yeah, that's not quite as much fabric left over. So it's almost like you have to do a fold, kind of diagonal, Actually, listen. I should put the glue on this here. So I could put that down, make it go around the corner the right way. And now I'm going to make my pretty little corner. And I know I don't need this much fabric, so I'm going to very carefully cut some of this off so that I don't have so much bulk going into the box. So probably do not need this. So it's almost kind of like you're building, you're I don't know, not building the fabric around it, and it'll probably be a little bit different every time with every project that you do. And it's okay if you got some extra fabric going on down here. Don't worry about it. We're gonna cover it anyway. Just try to get it as flat as you can get it to lay, and you'll be good. None of that extra bulk. Not that you want a lot, but none of whatever's down there now is going to be, you're not going to see it anyway. Just make sure you have it all glued down nicely. Okay. Okay, so now I want to do the same sort of treatment right here on this side, but I've got this here. And so there's a couple different ways I could do this. I could actually cut this off and deal with it completely separately. But the problem with that is that then I have to figure out a way to get it to fit, onto the box, just as a lid. So I'm going to go ahead and work on this. And what it looks like I'm going to need to do is cut some of this so that I can work with the fabric a little bit more. So that it's not, bunching up anywhere. A good way to do this would be, or a good way to tell if you've got it, is if everything will lay flat and not be bunchy anywhere. So just, however you have to glue everything down, do that. And bulkier parts they're going to be a little more stubborn. But I just used this to hold the fabric against the wall here so that I could get this to lay flat. This is a good tool. One of my best ones that I've ever gotten for $1.25. Okay, so now I want to make the hospital corner again over here. So I need to see how much fabric I can get rid of and how this is actually going to work. If I were to do it this way. So welcome to another episode of How Christy's Mind Works. I feel like I'm always trying to figure out how to do things, right here on YouTube or right here in front of everybody. And that's fine. I'm good with that. It's okay. So this time I am going to use a glue stick just to tack this down a little bit because I want it to stay while I'm figuring out how to manage, what's going on over here with this fabric. So, can you guys think of different ideas that we can use this for? I mean, this could be a mini sewing box, right? What else could we use a little box like this for? Because, I mean, we're all here to figure out like how we can use this stuff as gifts, right? Not just, I don't know. I guess I always just have like an end goal, and I always want things to be, functional, I guess. So, I'm not sure exactly what the function will be for this. I do need to loosen this a little bit. Over here. I don't want any bunching. Come on, guys, put your brains to work. Give me some ideas. Give everybody some ideas because it's not just me. You guys, I find that the more I do this kind of stuff, the more I get to have access to, brilliant crafting minds such as yours. And so, you know, we all have really great ideas, and it's, you know, I'm not the only one with the ideas. I'm only just one of the ideas girls around here. So let's hear what you got. I think I'm going to go ahead and cut. What if I did that? What would that be like? I think I can. Don't keep the brilliance, you guys. Come on now. All right. So let's see here. Got a little bit less I got to deal with. I want to make sure everything is glued down. It looks like that one's pretty good. It looks like what I'm going to need to do actually is to cut this all the way to the side there so that I can get it to lay flat. But that means that I have a whole bunch of other fabric left over here. Embellishments, yep. Wouldn't this be a super cute box for to fill up? So, okay. I'm sorry, I got my head is like going. Anita said embellishments and my brain just like so so one of my earlier videos is of a dark ephemera journal I was doing for one of my kids, for Ezra. And it was in this, I covered it with this particular fabric. This would be such a cool box for me to fill up with little stickers and different embellishments and like beads and just different stuff that Ezra could use in that junk journal. Yes, great idea. Fabric bound books as journals. Yep. So you could actually, Andrea, and I don't know if this is where you were going with it, but you can actually, if you have a box that one of your journals will fit in, you can do this and make it like, you know, a little house for the journal. So I don't know if you guys have ever seen junk journals done in boxes like this. It's really, really a cool idea. And so you could actually use it as a storage, like put a little itty bitty journal inside of here. Or you could actually make this the journal somehow. And this would probably have to, you know, come down some way, fold down, and then you can do like fold out let's see, what am I trying to say? Fold out signatures. So anyway, yes, I know, right? I gave my Pink Roses junk journal to a really good friend of mine. And don't forget to tell your friends to use their journals when you guys give them junk journals, because they always are thinking like, oh, I have this really cool journal. I totally love it. It's so beautiful. And then but in their brain, they're like, I'm just going to put this on a shelf so it will look pretty. Why do we do that? Why do we act like we don't deserve to use pretty things? You know, I just don't like that. So I really love to encourage people, you know, to use the junk journals, because they deserve to use pretty things too, even if they're just gonna even if they're just going to like, write their shopping list on it. I tend to leave a lot of little paper scraps, when you're doing junk journals, you're building a junk journal and you've got a whole bunch of little like paper scraps and stuff. I often will just cut those into little, the same size, all of them, and put them in a little pocket, so that they don't, if you got somebody that's really like neurotic, not that I'm telling you guys to judge anybody, but the kind of people that just are like, oh my God, I don't want to ruin it. I just don't want to, whatever. Just to give them a way to use it without feeling, terrible, like they're ruining your work or something. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I said your people might be neurotic, but they might. So I forgot I could do this, you guys. I totally forgot I could do this. Lots of years ago, hubby made a box for a photo album someone gave us as a memento. Yes. And doesn't it just like elevate the whole, the whole photo album just that much more, it's just a box, but it just elevates the whole like decor factor, Yeah, I think a journal would be really cool in this box. It would be actually really cool in this particular box, a little tiny journal. That would be super fun. That would be super, super fun. All right. Ooh, this is turning out pretty, pretty, pretty cool. Does anybody know what show that's from? Just, as just a little thing to think about. So if you watch my videos much, you know that I'm always talking about TV and everything. I really feel like I'm probably the only one that watches all the crazy stuff I watch, and that you guys are all like, yeah, whatever. But that's okay. I'm me. I don't know. I grew up watching a lot of TV for some reason. I don't know. My family was just really into TV. Although, what's funny is that one time I remember going to my aunt's house one time, and I think it was that, she had cable. And I mean, we had cable, but we were more of like a, tape whatever show we wanted to watch, on the regular channels, tape it on VHS and watch it later kind of people, So we went to go visit her, my aunt, and she just like was in front of the TV all day long. Well, I'm not judging her for that, because I do that same thing on my resting days when Todd and I hang out. We just sit and like, watch we watch competitive reality TV, not the hot tub, sexy kind, but like the kind like Survivor or something, where they're competing. And we enjoy those, and so we'll just sit and, yell at the TV all day long or something. But anyways, yeah, that was like a real novel idea. So I guess my family didn't do that so much, because I thought it was such a weird thing. Like, why did she do this? Why are we sitting here all day? Why do it? I know she was probably my age, or something close to my age at that time. So, well, maybe about 10 years younger. So now I get it. Now I get it. Let's see. That one already. Yeah, it so does. Now, when I see the material, I remember what is in it, and all the memories come flooding back. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing, right? Darla says, would be great to make large enough to hold handmade greeting cards to give as a gift set. Exactly. Absolutely. Absolutely. Or note cards for a smaller box, Suzanne says. You guys are freaking brilliant. Brilliant. I agree with you, Andrea. Great ideas. So this is what we're left with right here. We've got the whole thing done. It looks pretty good. You know, you can go around and, you know, use a little bit of hot glue or fabric glue or something to get these to lay down. Also, if you have one of those little bitty irons, like one of those little bitty Cricut irons or something, you know, you could probably even just iron that down. But you can just look all around. It looks pretty good, not perfect, but you know, that's what we've got for the outside. So now we want to figure out how we want to do the inside. So I think that I could just use this same fabric, and if I wanted to, check it out. Check it out. I could like slip this right into here. Let me cut this part off though, real quick. I need this so much. So I could slip that in there, cut this. Let's see. This is what I can use my hem for. Cut the bottom part off. I guess this is what I'm doing, guys. I'm using this hem for the sides. So I can just put this right up against that hem there. And I want to glue this down. Oops, two different pairs of scissors. Don't cut my paper with my glue. I mean, my paper with my glue scissors, my paper with my sewing scissors. So anyway, and both sides don't have to be pristine or anything, you know, because one of the sides is going to actually go against the wall of the box. So if one side is better than the other, pick the better side to show on the outside, or whatever side you like best. This one is going to have a little bit of extra bulk here, so I'm going to put that on the side that faces, or I don't know what I'm even trying to say. I'm going to use this side for the side that goes against the wall of the. So because of that, I am going to cut a flap out, or cut some of this fabric out. And then just fold it over. But I think I'll just do this, really. Do it this way. So make sure, like, if there's any extra weird little parts, that you just fold them in and catch everything inside of there. Oops. Looks like I got more bulk than I need here. I'm going to cut some more of this off. So, you're just working, figuring things out as you go. And you don't need to worry too much about the corners here, but if you are, you can always just kind of work on it with your fingers. But really, I'm going to end up putting it in like this. And that bottom part is going to go against the bottom. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in right now. I think I want to put the sides in first. And the reason for that is because when I did this box, this is what I'm working on right now, I put the sides in after, and they ended up being kind of slanted. Part of that reason is because there's some bulk with the jute twine, So I guess that would probably be more of the problem. But anyhow, I'm going to try it this way. Last time I put the little pillow part in first. This time I'm going to put the sides in first. And I'm going to use hot glue for this. This is going to need that structural integrity, So we're going to use hot glue for this. Okay, that's nice. Now we don't need one for here because we've already covered it nicely. And we really didn't need one, I guess, here for here and here either. Now I'm thinking about it. But I'm going to do it anyway because that's what I did last time. And we'll just see how it turns out. It may not be that great. Wait a minute. Yeah, I think I have to leave it now. I'm locked in now, guys. I am locked in now. So let me actually, I think I'm going to cut this one a little bit differently this time. Sorry, I keep going out of the camera. I keep forgetting that you guys are way up here. So let me sit a little bit further forward. If anybody is building one of these, make sure to post it in the Facebook group, the Handmade Gift Bosses Facebook group. And if you're not in there and you want to be, you can go to Facebook and search Handmade Gift Bosses and hop into that group. And if you're not on Facebook and you don't want to be, you can, if you have your if you have it uploaded somewhere, the picture of yours. Uh-oh. I think I just lost my camera, guys. Hold on. I bet it probably cut me off. Maybe, maybe not. There's a delay, so I am wanting to make sure. Oh, there we are. Okay. I don't know what just happened, though. Can you guys still see me? because my camera will make like a funny sound, like a clicky sound, like it shuts off. And I never know what is going to happen, because sometimes it'll actually stop streaming. It did that to me yesterday. And I just haven't figured it out yet, because this is a DSLR camera, and I'm still trying to learn it. Oops, let's do this part first. All right, thanks, guys. I've been trying to up my video quality all year, and just trying some different things. And all right, so this will be fine. Yeah, this one looks much less bulky than the other. Okay, go back to StreamYard real quick. And there we are. Do some hot glue. I'm going to pop this in here. Oh, great. Thank you. Thanks, Suzanne. I'm so glad. I'm not always quite sure what my camera is doing. So now we've got this, and we can use this part here. Cut this. I think I'm going to cut it slightly shorter, though. Not too much shorter, but just a little bit, so that when it's covered, I want it, because I added this extra bulk on the sides, I want to make sure that it's actually going to fit in there, especially after I cover it with fabric. And so this looks pretty good. Do another of these. And I think I can actually just, no, maybe this. This is a really good use of this hem. Usually I throw away the hems. It's like that same thing, like, oh, it's such a shame to throw this away, but I have no idea what I'll ever use it for. And I have this terrible habit of saving everything. So that doesn't always work, to save everything. How many of you guys are saving your Amazon boxes and your Costco boxes and stuff, and are just waiting to figure out what to do with all those boxes? Okay, that looks good. Now, if you guys are interested in what am I trying to say? I think I'm thinking about two things at the same time, so sorry. Hold on. I find that it's a really great idea. Oh, so you don't want anything? Here I'm getting ready to tell you to go to Dollar Tree and go buy more stuff, Anita. I get it, though. You probably have a lot of craft stuff, though, right? So these projects are also a really good use of like extra little ribbon and stuff. One of the things that I save are, when you get a blanket and it comes with that really thick grosgrain ribbon. Maybe I'm the only weird one, but I save that. I also save, well, I save any ribbon that comes on things, you know, because I figure I could just iron it and use it. Wind it up on a piece of cardboard and use it in a project. So, I mean, I really think that the more that I save, the less I'll have to buy eventually, right? And if I'm you know, putting my brain to work to try to figure out what to do with things, because I mean, there's a lot that we can do with. Let me make sure that still fits. Yeah. Make sure that if you have a lid that closes like this, that this is flush with whatever the fold is, wherever the fold's at, so that it will actually close. If yours ends up being not flush, you can probably fix it. I'm sure that there is a way. What I did with my other box was I actually put it under something heavy for a couple of days. And that way I didn't have to keep, you know, bending it back and forth to make it work. I just left it that way for a couple of days. So here's where we're at so far, right? It's looking pretty good so far. You know, there's a couple places it could be better. But now I want to figure out what I'm going to use for the bottom. So I have a few options. One of my favorite things to use is just stuff like this. I agree with you, Suzanne. You know, there's so much that we can do with the stuff that we are throwing away, and you know what we already have, and those kinds of things. You know, it's pretty. What am I doing here? Okay. But I'm always just on this quest, though, you know, to or lately, not always, because I do still like to buy stuff, and you know, but I'm finding that I am not as I'm not as quick to buy things now that I'm doing this kind of crafting. So I want to make sure this fits well enough that when I cover it with fabric, it's going to fit. Oh, that's a fantastic idea. That is really a fantastic idea. Susan says I keep the bags and blanket or bags, sheets, and blankets come in to store the yarn projects. That is another product that I really feel, you know, like I don't want to throw away, but I don't know what to do with it. That's a fantastic idea. Looks like I'm still not quite there with this. So now I think what I'm going to do is, I mean, I could do a couple different things, but would you guys want me to show you how I did the padded part, the padded thing in the bottom, or not? If you guys don't want me to, I'll just leave it flat and just keep moving. I agree with you, Andrea. It's a great idea. Okay, so now I think I would like to okay, I will do that, Andrea. I got you. All right. So you can do this with any kind of batting. I just happen to have cotton batting, so I'm going to go grab a piece. Cut. And, the cotton batting is really kind of expensive. It's the only kind of batting I like to use, so it's all I've got. Like when I'm, doing topics that need that. So that's the only reason why I'm using this. You could use whatever you have, and I cut it. I put it like 4 layers of it because it's pretty thin, and I cut it slightly smaller than the whole size of the piece I'm affixing it to. Okay. Like that. Okay, time for another. You guys have gone through so many glue sticks. And it feels exhilarating. Not really, but I mean, I'm really enjoying using my glue gun. Hi, Tina. How are you? All right. So let's see. That's that. And now I want to figure out what I would like to cover this with. And I kind of want it to be just as creepy, just as I want it to match, This is I'm glad you're here, Tina, and I'm sorry you're hurting. What if I did this? What if I did this? My kids are big fans of Nightmare Before Christmas. So I think this would probably be a hit. This is just a scrap. So let's see. But it's the only one I got that has, a little bit of background and Jack's face. So I'm going to go ahead and go with this. And just figure out how I can glue this down. And I think it'll be like really, really a fun little surprise. We have such a great community here. You guys are so wonderful, the way you support each other. I love that. Love it, love it, love it. All right, so let's fold this one down here. All right. And this doesn't have to be, perfect or anything. All of this stuff is just going to be underneath. No problem. You just want to pull it a little bit tight so that it makes like a little pillow. So this side probably could have been pulled a little bit tighter. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And my glue's still just a little bit warm. So we're good. And so there's our little pillow. And you can get that in there, and I think I'll just do another piece here and just cover it with this as well. And what I probably should have done is covered this and then put a little bit of the fabric so it would tuck down into here. So I'm going to pull this out just a little, and it's fine. You know, it's not going to hurt anything if I pull it out a little bit. So I want another piece of that cardboard, and I want to use a really thin piece. You know, I don't want it to be like a bulky piece because it's going to interfere with the closing of this, of the box itself. So I don't want that. And I also will let me just like straighten it out a little bit. And I also want to cut it a little shorter. And you could, if you were using it for a sewing box, you could absolutely, I actually want this to be a little bit bigger like that. So let me go grab another piece. I think that's going to be better. So what I was saying is, I don't remember. Oh. Okay, so let's put this here. This time, I want to make sure that I have Jack. Oh, thank you. Yeah, you could absolutely, if you're using this as a sewing basket or something, or a sewing box or something that needs to, you know, or that would benefit from having a padded pin cushion up there, you could pad that. I'm not going to pad it this time though. That was my patented glue down technique with my ruler. All right. All right. Okay. So a lot of this is just kind of, working it as you go as far as the fabric goes. So yeah. Okay. Oh, shoot. That's okay. I've got it. No problem. So what I was going to do was to not glue this part down. I was actually going to let it hang down and kind of tuck it right into there. But instead, I think what I'll do is I'll just take a piece of this and sort of, glue it right into there, tuck it down in. So let's just see how it works. I don't know. We'll see. We're not going to see very much of this anyway. I find that it's the details, that if I pay attention to the details, that's what makes it, the difference between, something that looks like, a kindergartner made it, and something that looks like an actual gift. So people know that your handmade items are not going to be, something that looks like it comes off a manufacturing line. And that's really why they appreciate it. So don't worry if you don't have things perfect, but the more you pay attention to your details, the more you are going to love the results you get. And the more you are going to feel um, proud about what you are giving to your loved ones. Okay. Because that's a big deal. You guys say this a lot, like when you come into the Handmade Gift Bosses group, I ask a few questions, and a lot of people are like, yeah, I'm afraid to give what I make because, it's going to look like a kindergartner made it, or, and really that's the real issue is, or the real trick is that details, you're paying attention to detail, right? We'll see you later, Tina. Okay, so how do you think it's looking so far? There are a couple details that I don't love about this, namely this part here. I don't know if you guys could see this. Let me see if I can. But do you see how there's like this little piece there? I know I'm loving it too, but I am not loving that little piece. And this is what I mean about the details, You want to pay attention to these so that, you don't have that kindergartner look, with your gift. But there's going to be little mistakes, and that's totally fine. There's going to be little imperfections. But I think all in all that this looks pretty cool. All right. But yes, we do have that issue though, right here where these two are touching. So I'm probably going to have to put it underneath something just to get it, where I want it to be. But for now, oh goodness, look at that. That's sad. That's sad. Not sure what to do. But, you know, things can always be worked out, right? I think what I'm going to do here is just pull this back out. Just part way. Stick all these things back down in. And don't be afraid to kind of take things apart a little bit. You know, hot glue lends itself to that to a certain degree. Yes, I think Ezra's going to like this. I think that's who I'm going to give this to. And I'll probably put a whole bunch of little embellishments in it. And I'm going to just cut this back a little bit and glue it down again. No problem. The one thing we don't want to do is go, oh, you know, I messed this up. You know, I guess this one just goes in the trash, you know. That doesn't have to be a reality. That used to be something that I did a lot when I was younger, and I felt like I had to, you know, do everything perfect. We don't do perfect around here, you know. We do keep trying, though. I see. There's a little bit of something going on down here. Let me see if I can fix that. Yes. Pens. Let's see. Sorry, I'm falling down on this. Andrea says, I love particularly that you've tied it in with the other journal you made for Ezra. Yeah, and that was their Christmas gift. Oh, gosh, I didn't even tell you guys about that. I didn't even tell you guys about that, but it really got a lot of oohs and ahs, you know, and it wasn't by any stretch of the imagination a perfect journal, you know. It was absolutely, you know, had that handmade, you know, component to it. Oh, look, I did it a little bit crooked now too. Well, you know, guess we're going to just go with it and try not to stress about it. And yeah, pens, writing bits, little bitty pens, little tiny scissors. Darla says, really like the fabric you chose for the inside. It goes so well with the outer fabric. Yeah, they will love it. We love this. Love this. Is there really another Sandra Scott in here? I thought that was you, Sandra. That is so funny. Will the real Sandra Scott please stand up? Just kidding. You both can be Sandra Scott. So wait. So there's only one Sandra Scott or two? Now you're going to have to straighten me out here. So funny. Okay, Sandra Scott from New Jersey, and other Sandra, where are you from? We'll call you Jersey Sandra if that's okay. Oh, Alabama Sandra. That actually sounds really cute. Jersey Sandra and Alabama Sandra. Welcome, Sandras. Andrea, you're so funny. So funny. And probably old enough to be your mom. Well, we're happy to have people of crafters of all ages in here. Okay, so there we go. That's what it came out to look like on the inside. I mean, it's a little bit rough, but always when I first do a project, there are some rough patches, but all in all, I think it looks really cool. And now I want to think about what I want to do on the outside. Who's got ideas? I ended up doing this. Let's see. It's probably too late to do this, but I know I can figure something out, but I'm sure I probably have some kind of a little metal piece or something. Hold on a second. Let me see. I collect lots and lots of metal pieces and different things, closures and such. So I'll just bring those up and we'll take a look. I love you guys. Oh, thanks, Sandra. I'm really happy that there's people that actually want to watch me do this, because the truth is that I do this, I do it for, for you guys, but mostly I do it for me because it's just it's like my therapy. So I've got a few things that I can do. I can do something with a little buckle like this, maybe, but I might be able to perhaps attach ribbon to these buckles, glue them on, and it could create, something that I can. Ooh, so I'm sorry, I'm slowing down on my talking because I'm thinking, and I think I've got somewhat of an idea. Let me see if I've got some ribbon to use. I'm looking for purple. Purple. And I don't think I quite have what I'm looking for, which is really weird because I have a whole drawer full. I don't know if any of you guys have seen my drawer full of ribbon. Really is kind of amazing and beautiful, but also a little neurotic. But hey, who's judging, right? So I was looking for something in. I was looking for something in purple, but I think I might end up having to go with something in gray, and I will be right there in a moment to show you what I am looking at. But I just need to find something. I think will work. So you guys are just stuck with my voice for a second. Shall I sing? All right, I'm gonna have to just make something work. So let me just get this and a bit. See what I can do. I've got two things, two options. Christy, I love your projects. I haven't been able to do much crafting while working as a nurse on rotating shifts and traveling across the country. You give me inspiration and ideas. I'm so glad that you're here, even though, you're not, you feel like you're not, having the time. Crafting is so relaxing. And I know that you know this, but it really is. Ooh, I think I've written another idea. It really is nice just to watch, if you can't do. And yeah, I wasn't really doing streaming before. And the only reason that I'm doing streaming now, or why I even started, was because I saw our friend Monique streaming, and she was just sort of, she was just sort of doing whatever. And it was just so relaxing to watch. And I thought, I can do that. I can stream. I don't know. I can talk and craft in front of people. So these are like some weird little pieces that I got from the thrift store. I don't really know how these work, but I feel like it might be worth figuring out. Let's see. I think they're really unique, and this might be kind of a cool. Okay, that doesn't. No, not like that. I think this might be kind of a cool touch. Do you guys collect like metal pieces and stuff, like from thrift stores and everything? I ended up just getting oh, perfect. Look at that, guys. Look. So I feel like maybe I could put one here, kind of like this. Wait a minute. What if? What if? Ooh, okay. Here we go. Stream of consciousness, guys. Let me cut this. What if I put this here like this and had this go all the way around and end with the same type of thing right here? Or yeah, it does look like a belt buckle. I think what it might be is it might be something for it kind of reminds me of something you might see on overalls, maybe. So, okay, so I got this part, and I think that we could probably put another buckle here. But this might kind of be a hassle to open and close. That's the one thing I'm thinking, is that if this is on here, it might be really difficult to close, and that would be not fun. But I was kind of thinking something like this, maybe. But I'm not sure. Somebody's got an idea. Attach one end of the ribbon to the regular bar permanently and then wrap loose end of ribbon around to where the teeth are to lock it. So just using one buckle. Let's see. So that goes around there. This comes around like that. Do you mean like this? You'd actually use the first, okay, hold on, put your brilliant ideas. You'd actually use the first bit to lock in the top and then use one buckle at the top to lock it in. So just glue here and then maybe just glue the buckle onto the top. Maybe. Let's see. Let me see how this would work. All right, let's maybe do this. I think I might be getting somewhere. Maybe. I think I keep coming back around to the same thing though. Okay, I'm trusting you guys. I'm probably not going to do it exactly the way that you say because for some reason I don't know that I'm picturing it properly, but what if all of the ribbon was actually glued on all the way around and this buckle too, and then I put this might be hard to put in here. Maybe this would go like this. Hold this over. Oh, like this. And then just let it, okay, got you. So maybe it's this. Maybe it's something like this. Oh, like this? It might not be strong enough like that. Okay, hang on. Okay, all right. I think I'm getting there. Okay. The brilliance. The brilliance. Okay, let's see. Gluing that. All right. Okay. Aha. If this works, you guys, you have just given me, oh, I see, like this. Wait a minute, like this, but with this too. Like this? Did I get it? Did I get it? I think I got it. Thanks, you guys. Oh, okay. So this is really great. Okay. So let me tack this down. Yes. Right here. And then, this can be like that. Tack this down some more. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Okay. So now probably needs to be a little bit shorter, but you guys, I got my cheering section in here. You guys should be cheering for yourselves. You guys. Okay, look at that. Look at that. So now I think what I might want to do is just cut this a little bit shorter to be a little bit decorative. So maybe just let's see. Whoops, looks funny. So this is pretty good, do you think? I sort of just like the whole. Yay, look at that. I love it. So now I can move this thing up. It's not too hard to open or close. Open up the box. Hello. I know you're probably right. No, not there. Isn't that just so cute? So yeah, here's something here that I'm not liking. So just, I'm showing you these mistakes and imperfections so that you can keep an eye on them. But I especially don't love this little thing right there. And then, you know, that this came up right there. I thought I had fixed it. And then I really freehanded the cutting on this part. So it's shorter on this end than it is on this end. But you guys get the basic idea, right? And yeah, I think it's just a really fun project. So save those boxes and yeah, save like any old shirts you're getting rid of that has really good fabric. I'm sure you guys already do stuff like that anyway. But you know, there's always something that we can use things for. So there we go. All right. I'll show you guys some of the other things I've been working on. And I showed this earlier and I was working with some of that jute twine from the Easter baskets. Remember I told you guys that whenever I have you guys buy something, I'm going to try to figure out how to incorporate it into other crafts too, so that you're not left with a whole bunch of stuff sitting on a whole bunch of crafting stuff. So this comes from the Easter basket, and I did like kind of some weaving. It's pretty bulky and it's kind of hard to get it. You almost have to cut the weaving pieces a lot longer than you think. And it probably would have been just fine, because since these kind of caved in that way because of this, you know, they caved in toward the bottom because of this, it probably would have been better for me to have cut these, the straight pieces long enough to go all the way to the bottom, you know. So anyway, I did that, the weaving all the way around, and I cut it too short down here too. So I think next time what I'll do is make sure these, I cut these at like 3.5 inches. And what I should have probably done was cut them more like at, let's see, 4, 5, about 6 inches, maybe double. Okay. So I think it would have made the weaving a lot easier. And I also found that I didn't need to have all of the, I didn't need to have as many pieces glued on. So what I mean by that is that I glued them onto the box. Sorry about I don't have it on automatic focus. I glued that into the box right next to each other, you know, like, so they were like this, glued into the box. What I should have done was glued them like this. And the reason for that is because there was so many that there was no way. I had to skip some and cut some of the extra ones, and that creates like a little bit of this kind of thing. But up here, you can see it over here and over here. So so there's that. And then I know, cute, huh? Seashells. I was thinking that this would be a really cute, you know, box like that. So then if these come around to down here somewhere, you can always fill it in with extra paper, or if you have like these things, like some of these that you've made, you know, out of magazines, you can kind of line the bottom with it and then put this on top so it's not like caving in. And I probably should put a few of these down in there, just for good measure. So, but I left this open because I wanted to make sure that I had, if I wanted to do the weaving again. I really, really hated weaving with this, with the jute twine. I'm going to try it with that cotton twine that I had showed you guys with the Easter baskets. So I think next time what I might do, I'll probably finish this one out with twine, and then, you know, try it again with using some of this cotton twine. So that was a fun project, but there was a huge learning curve, you know, with this. But I like how it came out, you know. And so there's that. And then here's the other one I showed in the beginning. I was making because I want to do a D&D dice box. And this would actually be a really cute one, huh? I wonder where all those dice went that I had. Anyway, I could actually, I think I will. I completely forgot. Okay, so here's what I was doing with this. I was going to make a dragon lid, which I think I'll still do. And yeah, I think I will. So I covered this bottom part, and I think this is a good fabric for the dragon, right? Don't you think? It would look really cute if the dragon was on top was painted black and had, like, you know, silver accents and stuff. And yeah, so I think this would be good. So on this side right here, I don't know what I'll do. I haven't figured out what I'll do with the walls of the lid, but yeah, I think I'm going to do the dragon. And if you guys want to know what I mean by that, those of you that haven't seen this yet, it will be something like this, only on a very, very much smaller scale. So this is another box that I was working on. And oh, here's all the dice. So let's put all the little dice bags in there. I got these for like $8 or something for a bunch of D&D dice. But I think these are super cool. Don't you think so? Look, I like those. I'm sure there are like way cooler D&D dice out there. You know, there's some that cost like $30 and $50. Or... Yeah, I was kind of thinking that I could probably just paint it. The other thing I could do is possibly cover it with this Card Maker Success Summit. All right, Sandra, really enjoy that. I don't know what day mine is, but yeah, you'll probably see me over there. Have a good time. Also, okay, so yeah, so I think I might cover this with this fabric right here, let it fold over, and then create like, here's like a little piece right here that I covered with that, but instead of covering it with fabric, I'll do, I'll make it thicker. Oh, dragon scales. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm on tomorrow. Okay. I never know anymore. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. But anyways, you're welcome, Sandra. I think that's a fantastic idea. What would I make dragon scales out of, though, Suzanne? What do you think? I think that's an awesome idea. You too, Darla. So also the dragon scales need to not be, because they're going to lift the lid off like that, right? And it has to not be something that is going to be difficult or something that they can mess up if, you know, when they're taking the lid on and off. I don't know. I'm going to think about that. I think that is such a cool idea. And I'm thinking, so the reason why I say that is because I was thinking like sequins. Would it be sequins? Would it be, you know, what would it be? So anyway, I'm going to think on it, and I may hop on and do a stream, you know, to make the top part for the lid at some point. So turn on your notifications, because every once in a while I'll just hop on and just do another stream if I have something to do. And those I don't really tell anybody about. I just do it. But the good news is that you don't really have to miss them or anything. They're just here and all that. So anyway, if you guys want to make handmade gifts with us tomorrow, in Handcrafted Gifts Made Simple, we have our March accountability meeting. So bring whatever homework I gave you, if I gave you some. Yeah, I could probably do polymer clay. I'm afraid they might break, though. Huh. Yeah, I'll think about that, Darla. So we're going to have our accountability meeting tomorrow at 3 p.m. PST. If you would like to be part of a group, an accountability group doing handmade gifts all year long, you can join Handcrafted Gifts Made Simple over at createahandmadeholiday.com. Up in the corner, like up here in this of the website, you can click on Handcrafted Gifts Made Simple, and you can join over there. And if you would like to know what's inside of there, you can just browse that page and see. And if you have any questions, go ahead and feel free to ask me, and we'd love to see you in there. Otherwise, I'll see you all next time. And Handcrafted Gifts Made Simple members, I'll see you tomorrow. Talk to you later. Bye.